Hey, in this video I show you a 4-step approach to build a product strategy. I will share with you my favorite product strategy frameworks, and I will also take you along how I set the monetization strategy at my previous company Jodel, and executing that strategy led to a 10x increase in monthly recurring revenue within 1 year. But before we dive deeper into the 4 steps, I first need to get my shoes on and let's go to the Tempelhofer Feld. So let's talk product strategy. But if you're new to my channel, my name is Maurice, some call me Momo. Now my channel, I help you to become successful in the first years of your career in product. So the 4 steps to build a strong product strategy are the following. So let's start with the first one. So before building a powerful product strategy, you need to deeply understand the company strategy, because the product strategy is part of the company strategy. But how do you drive the company strategy? So here I love to use the following framework. So it all starts with a vision. So the vision describes what the company desires to achieve in the long run. And below that, this informs the mission, so the how. So how does the customer serve the customers? Lastly, it's about the strategy, the array of initiatives a company is pursuing in order to reach its vision. You probably know all of this. And a great way to translate the company strategy to a product strategy is the GLEe framework. And the GLEe framework is from Gibson Biddle, the ex-vice president of product from Netflix. Stands for get big, lead, and expand and expand. So to apply this to my previous company, so Jodel. So just a quick recap what Jodel actually is. It's a social media company that brings people together in a city where people can share information anonymously. So a big competitor in the US is, for example, GLEe. Also very close competitor is, for example, Reddit. This is a figurative example of how the product strategy at Jodel looked like. Get big on dating, lead, engaging the community to create funny and local content, expand to new markets to South America, and expand, further diversify revenue streams. Side note here, so usually the overall product strategy of the company is set by the product leader of your organization. So if you are a junior or mid-level product manager, it is still super crucial to understand all the steps that led the product leader to drive the product strategy, because you will be working on one of the swim lanes that is dictated by the product strategy, and you need to create a more micro product strategy that fits into the bigger overarching strategy. More to that, step 4, when we build the SMT framework and to craft a product strategy narrative. Now step 2. Now it's time to deeply understand our user base, to understand the pains, the needs, and also how the product is serving its users. Our team was dedicated towards driving revenue, so we were the monetization squad. I first had to understand how are we currently making money, what are our different revenue streams, and what are users willing to pay for. Since we're a social media company, there's not so many revenue streams. Mainly it's ad-based. The secondary pillar was in-app purchases. And the in-app purchases are consisting of 2 parts of consumables, so units that you can buy and just use one time and then you have to rebuy it, or renewables, something that is recurring, so the subscription. And here it's very interesting, we're gonna dive deeper into this. Since our ad features have been performing quite well with good engagement rates, and we've been selling ads more and more over the years, we thought there's not much more room for improvement. So we looked deeper into the in-app purchase. And we did user research, so we sent out a simple survey and asked the users who bought the in-app purchases, why are they buying this? One notable insight was around the subscription. So a lot of power users were using that subscription, and the main reason why they're buying it was because of not seeing ads in the app. So you can think of the subscription back then as a very simple product. You cannot see ads. We had some consumables in it, so we could boost some posts per week, but that was essentially it. So after the quantitative analysis, we looked at the cohorts that bought the subscription, and we saw these have actually quite healthy retention. So we knew we are onto something here. Since also our strategy was around expanding to South America, right? So we're expecting to get more users, so it's likely we show more ads to more users in the future. More users and more ads, meaning more subscription. Most people are gonna buy the subscription based on not seeing the ads. So now, after we armed with how the product is being used and why people are actually buying features, now it's time to dive into step 3. So now in step 3, it's about to understand the market trends and competition. So in what waters is the company currently navigating in? For the market, we looked into how social media companies and their relevant stakeholders make money. What we found out is that many companies are trying to diversify their revenue streams, going a bit further away from the typical ad model towards directly monetizing consumers. And then we're also looking into trends. So here, subscription-based model seem to have high year-over-year growth. And then after mapping our competitors into direct and indirect competitors, we look deeper into what products do they offer and how they structured their subscription. What features were in the portfolio, how did they price it, did they have a free trial, and how did they market this towards consumers. And we also looked at indirect competitors. Here, for example, Tinder was a great example. They have one of the highest grossing revenues in the whole App Store, so we wanted to figure out how they did it. And here, it's mainly based on their subscription. Now it's time to synthesize all these insights towards the SMT framework in order to craft the product strategy narrative. So based on all of these insights in the previous steps, we decided to double down on the subscription. We set 3 core strategic pillars in order to scale the subscription. And the SMT framework stands for strategy, metrics, and tactics. The strategy describes the strategic initiative in one sentence. The metric is the metric that you intend to drive, and the tactics are the concrete projects that you use in order to drive the metric. And so just to give a bit more context, so in our first step, we decided to increase the feature portfolio of the subscription. Because we haven't had so many features in the subscription yet, we were bullish. When we bundle in more features into the subscription, the whole package would be getting more valuable for users, and more users would buy the subscription. Our second pillar was around increasing monetization touchpoint. Now that we have built out more attractive subscription package, it's time to bring this towards users. So here we rebranded our whole subscription into a new brand name and gave each feature within that subscription an individual brand identity. We also looked into the app, where can we strategically position certain features where the pain is the highest for the users, so it's likely that the user would convert from there. And then lastly, our goal was to optimize pricing. This consists mainly out of 2 parts. So first, we did a Van Westendorp pricing sensitivity analysis, so to find the optimal price point for our subscription. And second, using free trials to get a lot of users in trying the subscription, so that users can try it out and see if it's valuable for them and then convert into the paying tier. So all in all, it took us at least a few months to do all the research, to also get feedback from internal stakeholders and to set the strategy finally. But once we set it, it took us 1 year to execute it, and after being really focused on that strategy, we increased our monthly recurring revenue by more than 10x. So I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, smash that subscribe button. And I'm also super curious, what is the most difficult thing for you in order to set a powerful product strategy? Let me know in the comments down below, and see you next time.